So let's start with this horrific night when this happened to him. And this was the 14th of October. And he was helping your nan move into her new house with his cousin Troy. And they finished about sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So decided to stay. It took them a very long time. You weren't there.
No.
But what you do know is that at 7 a.m. the fire brigade arrived to the property.
Yeah.
What do you know? What have you managed to piece together?
Obviously, Tommy and my nana got out and Troy was left in the bed, so he obviously suffered the most burns. He actually got himself out of the bed on fire, out of the front door just as the fire brigade were arriving. He got rushed straight to James Cook Hospital in Middlesbrough, and then he got transferred to the RVI in Newcastle. We all went straight up there and they prepared us for the worst. They said he probably won't make it out of theatre. I think we waited for about 12 hours that day until he finally came out at 10:30 that night.
The Joint Police, the Durham Constabulary and the Fire Service, County Durham and Darlington Fire and Rescue Service, they obviously did their forensics, and the fire was found to be accidentally caused by inappropriate use of tea lights, candles, and the fire was in the back bedroom of the house.
See the bedroom there where he was.
And because they were working with Yunnan, that there was no power in the house, so they were just using that so they could light their way.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they had them on, but obviously that was the cause, the tea light candles. So it's just.
And so you had a terrible wait as a family.
Yeah, we did.
Awful wait.
It felt like days. It was about 12 hours altogether. It was 10:30 that night they came out and said he was out of theatre. Obviously, and they got him stabilised, so me and my mum went in first to see him.
So this is what I was going to ask you. How was that moment? How did you prepare yourself
for that? It was absolutely horrific. I've never witnessed anything like it in my life. Just looking at him like that, it was just unimaginable, really. It was really hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And gradually, bit by bit, when you survive the night, you do 48 hours, you think, oh my God, he's really fighting here, he's pulling through. But at 4 days, you were all rushed back in again and asked to say your goodbyes.
Yeah, everyone was up there and they said he's probably got 3 hours left at the most, and we just couldn't accept it. We just couldn't believe what we were hearing, especially because it had been 4 days. So we all went in. But me and my brothers, we didn't say goodbye. We said, we'll see you later, because obviously we have faith in Troy that he is a fighter, but it was still really hard.
Oh, my goodness me, and hasn't he put up a fight?
Yeah, he really has.
Because to have 3 hours left to live, to pulling it back, he spent 14 weeks on CCU, then he's been moved to another ward.
Yeah.
And now he's better. I mean, as far as the medical intervention, he's better. And it was then that he decided to ask you to take this photo to release on social media, hence the reason why we're even here talking about this today. So when he said this to you, what was your reaction to that? Why do you think he wanted to do it?
Well, me and my brother Carl were just sat round his bed and he just come out of the blue and said, take a picture of me and post it to social media. This is me, if you don't like it, do one. We looked at him, we said, are you sure? And he said, yeah. So
we're going to show that picture.
We went ahead and it's
once again, it was just
gone viral.
You might find it distressing if you turned away the last time, but that's the picture he posted, and that's because he was frightened that people wouldn't want to go and see him.
Yeah. And
that they wouldn't want to be his friend.
Yeah, just because obviously as a 19-year-old lad, and then it's a massive life-changing situation, obviously being in that situation. So I think he was just worried. He told me when he does come home, he would hardly want to go out the house because he thinks people are going to stare at him and make fun.
And what has taken him by surprise, and something that we wanted to speak about today, is the reaction that he's had, an incredibly positive reaction.
Yeah.
And so every time that photo gets liked, or every time somebody says something, makes a comment, a positive comment about him and his situation, what does that do for him?
It's like massively built his confidence up. It's made him really happy, actually. He's been smiling a lot this week because he just can't believe it. It's had over 10,000 likes. He didn't even expect it to get a few likes, to be honest. We've had messages from all around the world.
Really?
Yeah, everywhere.
It is a long struggle ahead.
Yeah, it is.
Life-changing injuries like that will take a very long time for life to be able to begin to even be comfortable.
Yeah.
What situation is he in at the moment? I know he's watching today, so good morning, Troy.
Yeah, morning, Troy.
What's the situation now?
Well, he needs to learn to walk again. He needs to learn to use his hands again. He is still bandaged from head to toe, so it's just one day at a time at the minute until he learns to do them things again.
And all of that, obviously, when you come out, is going to be expensive as well.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
you've set up your GoFundMe page as well. So we'll put a link to that on our webpage. So far, I think you've managed to raise 3,700. You'd set the total of 5,000. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be great. Obviously, he's going to need a lot of things for when he comes out, so...
Anything would make a big difference.
Yeah, definitely.